percent pure. That's accepted as, you know, sort of the pureness standard. Now, the exception being Canadian maple leaf coins. They are 4 nines, 9999. So 99.995% pure. Those are one of the purest coins out right now. The only one I know of that's purer than that is actually a round, and it's 5 nines pure. Kind of skeptical about that company. I hear they take 6 months to deliver, and it's not a government coin. So how do they get that kind of purity? It's questionable, but that's as pure as I've heard of. Now there's so 999 is the accepted standard. You can see it on here. There you go, 999 fine silver. That's what most of them are going to be. Okay. Now you can choose to collect whatever you like. That's what's great about silver. There's one of the least expensive ways actually to get into it is to collect what's called junk silver. Junk silver can be several different levels of purity. Some of them are 40%, some are 80%. Most common, you'll see 90% junk silver, which is what this is here. These are old dimes. There's also, you know, quarters, 50-cent pieces, silver dollars, that kind of stuff. These are all 99%. Or not 99, 90% rather, pure silver. Now, these you'll pay the lowest premium probably of any coin, unless it's a super rare date. Here's a 50-cent piece. This is a Walking Liberty, also junk silver. This is 90% silver. This is not what they call a key date. It's not any rare date, so it's really just worth its silver value. But that's a lot more than 50 cents. This coin's probably worth about 12 bucks. Okay, but you're going to pay very close to the price of silver per ounce, because if they ever want to recover that, they have to go through a whole refining process to get it back down to, you know, 999% purity or even 4 nines, where some industrial uses. The largest bars they make, as far as I know, are 1,000-ounce bars, and those are just used by industry. Now, there's a lot of industrial demand for silver. Silver is actually used quite a bit more than gold, and currently it's just consumed. One interesting thing about silver, because silver is used in lots of things. It's used in solar panels. It's used in hypodermic needles. It's naturally what they call biocidal. So bacteria does not grow on silver. It kills bacteria on impact, when it touches it. On contact, I guess. There's no asteroid impacting anything here. So that's really cool about silver. There's people that drink colloidal silver, which is kind of strange. They get suspend silver particles in water, thinking it's a miracle cure. Think it's going to cure cancer and stuff. There's actually a guy on YouTube, you can look it up. He turned blue like a Smurf because he drank silver, colloidal silver, so much of it. But he seems perfectly happy, so more power to him. Doesn't care that he's blue. Oh yeah. Oh, also, before I get off track here, going on a tangent again. Silver is the most reflective metal. Once polished, it's the most reflective metal that we have. It reflects the most light when finely polished, and it holds a polish really well. It also conducts heat faster than any other metal, so that's one reason it's hard to pour. That's one reason you have weird flaws and stuff, because in hand poured bars, because it's hardening as they pour it really fast. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube that'll show you people pouring it, and they come up with bars that just look ridiculous. So you can really appreciate when somebody can come up with a bar that looks that nice when you realize how hard it is actually to pour. Another thing you'll find is copper bullion. You'll find copper bullion at places. I just wanted to mention this because some people think that copper bullion works the same way as silver. It does not. Copper is not a precious metal. Precious metals are silver, gold, platinum, palladium. and rhodium now, and there might be another white metal or two in there in the platinum range that I'm not remembering at the moment, but that's basically it. Copper is not a precious metal. It's a base metal. So any bullion that you buy, it doesn't work the same way. It's a novelty right now. Now, of course, it's more expensive than it was 10 years ago, but it's still very common to find, so it is not regarded as a precious metal. The coins are still cool to collect. Here's a panda. I don't think this is actually made by the Chinese government, but this was $1.29, I think. Looks pretty cool. Someday it might be a precious metal, or it might be more in demand, but it doesn't work that way. So you'll pay way more than the value of just the bullion for any copper. So those copper bars and stuff, that's just a novelty at the moment. There's people that hoard pennies, but you could have a giant hoard of pennies and it's worth like just one of these little bars. So it's not something I do. You're free to do what you want with your pennies, but pennies up till 1964, if you didn't know, were made of copper. Now they have like just a couple % of copper. They're mostly zinc or aluminum. Very lightweight, because they were worth more in copper than they were as a penny, than 1 cent. Now they're pretty much worthless. The larger coins, like this one, this is a Perth Mint coin. This actually carries a face value too, $10. You can, I picked this up because it's primarily a bullion coin. It's 10 ounces of silver bullion, but I've seen these actually go for really good premiums, a couple years down the road too. So I'm hoping that happens with this one, because they make a certain number. They make as many as they can make that year, but once that year's up, they don't make any more. So there's a limited number for people who want those next year or the year after and that kind of thing. So they do go for some decent premiums over that. Another thing to think about when collecting silver is you might want to do, like if you're getting into coins, like I have here, you might want to do an album. Let's see if I can show you this here. Okay, you get an album like this. This one's from Dansko. They're American-made album company. I like these ones a lot. But this will have markings for all the years. Like the Silver Eagles here, they start in 86, 87, 88, 89. I'm running one of these for the Canadian Maples as well, because I've completed this one. So you get all the years and it organizes them nice. This is an archival material, so it keeps the silver from tarnishing and that kind of thing. So you might want to do some albums. As long as we're talking about the tarnishing, you can see I'm touching the silver here. A lot of people say, "Oh, you shouldn't touch your silver at all." Now there's some truth to that. The oils in your hands can make the silver tarnish quicker. It's not going to corrode or fall apart or anything. But for instance, like a tarnished 5-ounce bullion bar doesn't lose any value. It's still worth 5 ounces of bullion. The only time that really comes into play is with coins like these. The cleaner and the better the coin looks, the higher the value is going to be. Now there's an exception to that, which is a weird phenomenon. As coins get old, they can do what they call toning. It's actually a pleasing way of tarnishing. They can take on colors, though. Some of them are purple, some of them are yellow. Let me find an example for you here. Okay. I don't know if this shows up on the film, but this one right here is toned slightly. It's a little yellower than all the other ones. These ones are bright white, but that one's got sort of a yellow tone. So that's the beginnings of toning. If you have an old coin, let's say like if I had this 50-cent piece and it was highly toned, purple or even black or a darker color, you want to leave it that way. You don't want to clean it if it's a good year, because collectors will pay more for nicely toned coins. They actually increase their value. It's a strange little phenomenon. it's kind of kind of unexplainable. It doesn't matter for like you clean your junk silver if you want. If there's no what they call key dates where they're low mintages or errors or something, there's no problem with that. You can clean your bullion bars if you want, just to keep them nice and bright. I do have a video up on cleaning the bars, and that's not going to be a problem at all. So as far as where to get your silver, you can buy them at coin shops. You can buy silver at online websites, which is where I got a lot of this here. You can buy it from pawn shops. There's coin shows. Lots of ways to get it. If you got a buddy that lives down the street, you can buy it from him if he's into collecting silver. There's all sorts of places to get it. As far as the online vendors, you got to go with ones that people know. I think that have a reputation for doing a good job, because you don't want to get screwed over. I think eBay. There's some fake silver bouncing around out there. Just kind of know what you're looking for. Do some research. I use several different places online. I use ProvidentMetals.com. I've used GainesvilleCoins.com in Florida. I've used Monarch Precious Metals, these guys. I've used Prospectors Gold and Gems. They've always been good. Monarch and Prospectors do a really nice job. They do quick shipping. Some of the companies online will play this game where they take your money and then they wait almost 3 weeks. You'll get your silver a month later, so just get used to that. It's not like buying something on Amazon. They kind of hedge their bets, or they're making money on your money in the meantime. But if the price is really low, you're kind of gonna expect for them to do that. If you pay by a credit card, generally you're going to pay more. For most of my purchases, I've sent them cash, because you pay less, and you'll get your silver quicker if you send them a certified bank check or money order. So I go take cash and I go buy a money order. I mail it to them, and they send me my silver. And in the silver or precious metals game, really silver, gold, platinum, whatever, the less you can pay per ounce for whatever it is you're buying, the more you stand to make when you go to sell it, or the sooner you can sell it to make money. Because let's say your ounce of silver is $28, but you bought it for $32, $33. You have to wait till silver at least hits $33 to get your money back. Just to get your money back, and you don't want to just get it back, you want to actually make money on it. So I see silver as a long-term investment. This is something where you pick up some ounces here and there. After some time passes, before you know it, you have a substantial collection. And then when the price seems right to you, wherever you felt like selling it at, you can start selling some of your collection and cash in on it if you need the money. I don't see silver as a buy it and then sell it a few days later because silver went up $1. It doesn't really work that way. Right now, my personal thoughts are that gold is super expensive. It's very high. I think it's maybe even overvalued because it doesn't have nearly as many industrial uses as silver. It's also recovered from industrial applications like cell phones and computers and stuff like that. It is recovered where silver is not. There's a bunch of silver in landfills because it's just not cost effective to do so. So silver is being consumed, gold is being stored and hoarded. Now with all the extra uses that silver has over gold, I think that silver right now is undervalued, and I think gold is somewhat overvalued. I was buying gold in, I want to say, the late 90s. At $2.50 an ounce. $2.50, I bought a 1 ounce 2003 Panda. I had this in gold for $250. Today that coin's probably worth $2,000 or more. I'm kind of kicking myself that I sold it. So keep it with a long-term investment. and I think you'll be better off in the long run. Just pretend it's money you don't have. It's not money that you're playing with for a few months. It's money to store away and don't touch for, decades, years and years and years, unless something volatile happens with the market and you really want to move it. The old adage, buy low, sell high, that applies to silver, obviously. When silver takes a dip, you watch the silver, there's actually an app on my Android phone. I watch the silver, it'll make changes like $1.80, something like that. If it drops $1, I buy. Because it almost always goes right back up that dollar the next day. So that's a perfect time to pick it up. You want to buy it during a dip. And you don't want to sell it until it's above what you paid for that per ounce. So good thing to know. There's lots of ins and outs. Just do your research, and I think you'll learn it pretty quick once you see what stuff's selling for. Some websites will have good pricing on, let's say, Australian coins. And you got to add the price of what they're charging plus shipping. Some websites charge you a fortune on shipping, and then it doesn't even make sense to buy from them. So there's lots of places, but the ones I've been using seem to be pretty reputable. Some of them will have one coin in stock, some will have another. There's no one place that has the cheapest prices on everything and has everything. So it's a little frustrating that way, but those are the breaks. So, all right. Well, thanks for stopping by. I hope I wasn't too long-winded here. We'll talk some more silver later. We'll see you guys next time.